Hey, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Tyler Perry's Sisters, Season 3, Episode 6, The Chase. And this, I would have to say, was a good episode. So let's jump right in. First, shout out to everybody, all my subscribers, everybody in the comment section. Thank you for holding my channel down. And if you have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, please take a moment right now and hit the little subscribe button right there. It is in red. Hit it and then it'll say subscribed. And if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, then you can hit the little notification bell and that will let you know each time. Now, so this is Tyler Perry's comedy drama, Sisters. And I did get a few laughs. Or I guess Maurice was the comedy relief this episode. And it was started with, who did it start with? Aaron and Karen. Aaron. He was like, all he thinks about is wanting to make love to her. And she's like, I don't know, Aaron. I don't know. You know, because she know he a minister and she don't want to feel guilty that he's doing this just to keep her because she's horny. She don't want God to come after her saying, honey, Karen, you the reason why you got my little sheep over here, my flock, turning to the other side. I guess that's what he's saying. So he's telling her, just say that he was like, come on. And she's like, no. And he's like, don't say no. Just say that you want it. You want me. And she was like, well, I do want you. And he started kissing her. She was like, they kissing. And then she's like, wait, hold up. She like thinking, she got to get a couple of breaths in, a couple of seconds. Like, wait a minute. And then she's like, all right, cool. And she went when they started getting it in. And then it was flashing back because Zach and Fatima getting it in her house. And back to Aaron and Karen in her house. And I was like, y'all better get it. Y'all got me all excited and stuff up in here. I was getting horny myself. I was like, y'all better stop. I'm serious. I was like, everybody was getting theirs. I was like, okay, stop. So when they showed in the morning, and Karen's like, she wakes up and, you know, she's in his arms and it's like, oh, man. He's like, what? She was like, man, she was feeling, he said, oh, you feel, did she say, he said, how you feeling? And she was like, I should be asking you that. But she said she was seeing stars and space in the heavens. Yeah, y'all girls know what that means. You females, y'all know it's like, oh shoot, I done see clouds in heaven. Is either you dying or he taking you there, you know. Your eyes roll back in your head and all that stuff. But then he said, oh yeah, I think I hit your head a couple of times on the headboard. I said, that'll give you some damn stars. Oh Lord, help me. I thought that was funny. I was like, that's what you're going to say to her, Aaron? You could have kept your damn mouth shut. So he asked her how she feel, and she said, I should be asking you that. And he started to try to explain and said how he really wanted it. And then he was first and then second, he was asking for forgiveness from God and repenting. And she was like, wait a minute. I'm like, Negro, what you telling her that for? Ain't nobody want to hear that. That's why she didn't want to do it, because she didn't want to know nothing like that. So anyway, next thing you know, before he got to 3, he was like, oh, what time is it? I gotta go. And he hurried up and dodged out. He know that he was wrong in what he was doing. So he said he would call and get back to her. Then it showed Calvin, and he's up there. He want to give Maurice a hug and said he's proud of him and that he loves him and stuff. And Maurice is like, what's going on? And when he tries to hug him, Maurice puts his legs around Calvin and it's crazy. He's like, yo, get off me. He's like, Maurice so stupid. Maurice had him in a leg lock or something and stuff. And he was like, come on now, don't be coming over here hugging me and stuff. He said, you hug me one more time. He said, and we'll be on this damn counter and I'll be with child. He was like, you need to stop it. That's what Calvin get pissed at when Maurice be doing something. You talking serious, he always got to get a joke in there or something like that, you know. So Maurice was saying he listened and heard how Maurice gave that guy, what's his name, Q or Quincy or whatever, a break, that night, trying to help him out and stuff. And Calvin was saying, that's messed up. His parents put him out when he was 14. When he's 14, he's 24 now. Maurice was saying he's 30 and gonna be a bum. He said, but he's been hustling all his life, and he said that's a shame. He gonna be robbing everybody. And Calvin said, no, not if somebody like you gotta help show him the way. He said, show him the way. He said, I should have showed him the way into my bedroom last night so he could show me the way, the truth, and the light. he went biblical. I was like, okay, Maurice, take us to church, honey. Take us to church. And so after them, it was Andy. She comes out of her office. Oh no, she comes out of her bedroom, and Gary's on the phone, and Gary's like, okay, gotta go. Hangs up real quick. And she's telling Gary, she gonna sit there and say, I'm sorry about last night. He said, no, that's okay. No, that's okay. She said, well, we got to talk about this. We really got to talk. She said, no, I'm going to talk to my therapist about why the first is a counselor, then it's a therapist. What the frick is it? Is it a counselor or a therapist? They're two different types of people. Please. But I think he said therapist this time. At the wedding, he said counselor. Anyway, counselor, Prince of Peace, or whatever. So where am I? So she's asking him, like, what's up with that? And she's like, what time did you get up and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, I got up early. I just wanted to go to the gym. She said like 4 a.m. or something. He said, yeah, it was probably 4 a.m. And said, and what did he say? She asked him next. I think she asked him next about his oh gosh, my brain, I got like brain freeze. I should have wrote down all my notes. But let's just skip all that. She asked him who he was talking to, and he was like, why are you asking me that? Like, are you jealous or something? She's like, no, I'm not jealous. I'm just asking you a question. He said, are we doing this now? She was like, I come into the room and you get off the phone real quick. Because he said he would talk to his therapist. She was like, is that who you was talking to? But you going to get off the phone real quick. And I want to know who it is. He said, oh, now you know how it feels to be trust after what you did. She said, I didn't do nothing. She said, after what you did. Or did you? He's like, what did I do? She's like, did you forget what you did? You were married, honey. You used to get up 4 a.m. to come and meet me at my house and tell your wife you was at the damn gym. I was like, tell him. But honey, I'm telling you, Andy, ain't nothing good gonna come for you. If he did it to his ex, he gonna do it to you. I'm telling you right now. What else? She said, so he's thinking she's jealous and she's telling him no. She's reminding him about his past and everything. And then they get into this big like back and forth. So he walks in and says, she said, look, I got to go to work. He said, I got to go too. And he closes the door and leaves his cell phone out there. She was considering. She had that phone in her hand, wanted to look at it so bad. But she put it down, mad, and, trying to be, trust. And bam, he walks out right then and there. Thank God she had put it down. But I knew something was wrong. He kissed her on the forehead. Kissed on the forehead. Because I couldn't have sex with you last night, you think and Gary done twisted that whole thing and turned it on her. Men, some of y'all are good at that. Y'all know that trick. Y'all turn it on the woman. But anyway, what else? Fatima, she caught Zach sneaking out of her room. And he said, I thought you were still asleep. She said, you don't know the difference of my body and that pillow in there? Come on now, Zach. And he tries to kiss her and she turns her head so he can't kiss her in the face and stuff. And he's like, what the freak? And she said, I can't let you get into my heart. She said, I can't let you get my heart tied up in him. Oh, gosh. Sorry, my allergies are starting up. What did she say? I can't let my heart get tied up in you, and because you're still in love with Karen. And he was like, I'm not in love with Karen. He's still fighting that. I'm not in love with her. And she said, you seem like one of those guys who like the chase. Hence the title, The Chase. Who likes the chase. And then when you get it, you're out. Just like you were trying to be out just now. But it kills me because they had Zach turn into that stupid Zach again. You know, acting all silly and acting all stupid. Oh, come on, you know, being... I hate when he acts like that person. And he was leaving and he was acting like that. And she was like, look. She said something about him. I think it was that. You know, about him when and he said, now you sounding like Karen. Now you sound like Karen. I said, see, you going to throw Karen up in there. Start talking about you women sound alike and stuff like that. You can't be saying that. So he told her she sounded like Karen now. And she said, let me tell you something. She said, I don't need to sound like Karen because I see you. I see you and who you are. I don't even need to talk to Karen. She said, I don't know what you did with her heart, but you will never have mine. And he said, see, I don't understand what happened. We just had a good night, all this stuff. And he started doing that silly, stupid stuff. And I was like, I'm done. And he's like leaving, y'all crazy. Here it is, y'all woman, y'all crazy. You know, because she said, because mother effers like you make us that way. I said, oh, here we go. And he was like, oh, he's saying stuff, stupid stuff, going out the door. You ain't got nowhere to stay, Zach. And then you just gave all your money at the bank, you know. Anyway, so Sabrina get a phone call from her manager, Miss India, who found out about the incident at the bank. And she's telling her, yeah, I suspended Jacoby, and I don't think I think that must be Calvin. She said, I don't think he's going to sue the bank or anything like that, you know. So I'm just now learning these people's last names, but I forgot what it was. It's Zach Taylor. I forgot what he said Sabrina's last name was, but anyway, I think she's talking about Calvin. He's not going to sue. She hangs up with Miss India, and Jacoby's in there. She's like, Jacoby, come here. I need to talk to you now in my office. And she's telling him, you know, you can't be here. What are you doing here? And he's like, yo, I need this job. She said, well, you shouldn't have been fighting. Oh, I shouldn't have been fighting. What are you talking about? You know, he came at me. She was like, but this is not his job. And that's what I was trying to tell people in the comment section. It don't matter. You at work. You can't be hitting the customers at work. You can't do it. You shouldn't even been standing there, Jacoby. No, you were trying to play superhero. And so you could get into Sabrina's pants and save the day. That's what you was trying to do. I've seen it done. And a lot of times, the Good Samaritan loses. So a lot of times it happens like that. Unfortunately, you're trying to be a Good Samaritan, but I think you were looking out more for Jacoby's ding dong than you was for Sabrina's honor. That's just my feeling. That's my feeling. You know, you save her on her honor and she'll give you some because she happy. You know, that hero syndrome. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyway, who else? So he left. He's pissed. Maurice rushes in there to find out what just went down. You know, because she's telling him, I just told Miss India you got suspended. And if you're not going to listen to that, then I'm going to have to let you go. We got to let you go. Jacoby jumped up, was pissed, got his stuff, and left out. And he was mumbling and stuff. And he said, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing right now. She's like, what? No, you know what it is. And she told Maurice what went down. And Maurice is happy and everything. He dancing around, said he thought he had my job, but God has the final say. And all I could think of is that song. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. So when people mess with y'all, women, Christian women and men, when people mess with y'all and y'all children of God, y'all ain't got to worry about nobody because he got the final say. Come on now. Maurice is in the bank talking about glory. He thought he was going to steal my job. I said, oh, Lord. I said, Maurice was going to church this episode. Then they got Preston. I'm getting upset with Danny, the way she's acting with Preston. That man done paid up 6 months of your rent. Shut the hell up and enjoy his company. I don't care about your space. I don't care. He ain't been there a month. And you want space? And he done paid up 6 months of your rent? Girl, I be kissing his butt and everything else. Shut up and deal with it. You gonna lose a good thing. And it's like, come on. I don't know why they have her being that way. But, I mean, you're in the studio damn apartment. What did you think he was doing when you wanted him to stay there? You know how you are. We know how we are. You know if you want people around in space. I got 3 bedrooms in here. I don't want nobody with me. It's just, you know who you are. Anyway, so he kisses her, go by, and she calls Sabrina and telling Sabrina what happened. And Sabrina's like, really? You know. So she said, I don't want him to leave, but I just don't want him here every day. Like, can he go on a tour, go somewhere and all this stuff? It's hard for me to live with someone, she's saying. I said, then why you do it? She's the one who did it. I need my space. And anyway, so Sabrina's like, look, we all need to go out to eat and to discuss and see how everybody's doing. And she said, look, and Karen ain't trying to go. That's what Danny said. Karen ain't trying to go. She said, but if you get Karen to go, I'll be there. She said, make sure you just do it someplace close to the airport. Because nobody want to drive. Because Sabrina, what is it? Danny calls Karen, and Karen's like, I don't feel like driving. She's like, girl, you yelled at her the other day, act like a fool. You need to come. We all gonna be there, you know. So anyway, so Sabrina is on a stool on the phone with her, and she goes, I see Zach. Does Zach have a bank account? That just made me sick. That just made me sick right there. Does he have a bank account? Grown ass man, you don't have a bank account? Come on, Zach. I was like, oh God, Dios mijos, you know. And she said, I don't know. She said, well, he's here at the bank. Danny said, oh, man, he about to rob y'all. She said, he about to rob y'all. I said, that's so messed up. That is supposed to be your friend. And the first thing you saying is he gonna rob y'all? I was like, come on now. That was funny. She's like, I don't know about that. He gonna rob y'all. She said, well, girl, give us the tea afterwards you find out. She said, I'll find out later. Nosy. So then he's opening up the account with Maurice. And Maurice is like, okay, here's back your library card. I'm sorry. He said, oh, y'all up in here judging at the bank? I'm like, is a library card the only ID you have? Zach, you drive. Where's your goddamn driver's license? Come on. Don't be doing no stupid stuff like this. It's like the only ID he had was a library card. I know he drives. We all know he drives. Where was his driver's license? So he put the $20,000 in cash, and then he gonna put $19,900 on the stock. I'm like, you don't even know how to do the stocks yet. How would you do that? And I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't know. I've worked in banks and been to many banks. I ain't never known you to be able to buy stocks over the counter with the bank clerk. How you getting stock? I want to put this amount on the stocks. Let's make this realistic, please, because I never heard of it. I mean, y'all let me know in the comment section if you could do that, but ain't nowhere over here that I've heard of you could do that. So I'm laughing because Maurice starts snapping on the Zach's wallet. Because Zach's wallet went, I don't have nothing with Velcro. It was like, he had a Velcro wallet. Maurice was like, oh my God, it's like a windbreaker or something. He said, I'm sorry, y'all, because I thought it was funny. I really did. So Sabrina goes out there, and I think she was stupid for doing this. I'm like, you could have waited, Sabrina, until he left to find out what the tea was and what was going on. But she's like, hi, Zach, you know. And then when he realized that's her bank, he's like, I want to get up out of here, you know. You know, he's like, don't be telling on my business. Don't be letting Karen know my business. He's got attitude towards her, straight up, don't want to have nothing to do with her. And she's like, I'm not going to tell. That's illegal. He said, illegal or not, you tell everything. You know you got a big mouth. Y'all tell everything. So he was like, he told Maurice, you know what? Because she said, you know, he said, you work at this bank, all the banks in Atlanta, and I have to come in the one that you at. She said, well, you could go to another bank then. So he said, yo, my man, tell Maurice, look, I want to take my money out and I want to go to another bank. I don't want to do it. What's the problem? He said, she the problem. He said, well, we don't like her ass anyway. She stink and she's smelly. And so he told Zach, it's going to take a couple of days. It might take up to 2 days for you to get your money back, to reverse everything and stuff. So Zach was like, fine, like I'll keep it in there and stuff. And then he left out, and Sabrina asked him, what's he doing here? He wanted to put all his money in this stock that I know that's not doing well, and he gonna lose all his damn money and stuff like that. And he snapped on the Velcro wallet and the library card and all that stuff. So that's what happened with that. But I just feel she shouldn't have to be asking everything, because it's none of her business, really. That's just my thought. Because all she's going to do, because it's her friend. If it was a stranger, would she have asked? Anyway, Andy, who else is next? What did I miss? Andy goes to Fatima's office. You've been ignoring me and stuff. And she's like, no, I haven't. That's just a lot been going on. I've been busy and all this stuff. And she's like, no, you haven't. You've been avoiding me. And I want to know why. She said, well, how was your night? She said, interesting. She was like, interesting, good. But she said, you've been avoiding me. And then she said, we'll discuss it at lunch. So they were supposed to discuss it at lunch. And she said, fine. This new attorney is coming in town from London. She has to meet with him. I'll go check on him, Fatima said. She comes back, told my homeboy looks fine. But before she get back, Sabrina calls Andy, right? It was Sabrina. She called Andy and told Andy that they all are going to lunch. And Andy's like, oh, I got a lot on my plate. I can't. She said, girl, you're coming. We're all coming. She said, all the girls are going to be there. She said, okay, I'll bring Fatima. She said, oh, no, you won't. She said, that would be very awkward. You know what's going on. That would be awkward. Yeah, but she's my friend and stuff. And she was like, yeah, but she hasn't been around long enough to be one of the girls. And she got a point. She's absolutely right. She only been with the crew for maybe a month or two. That don't make you in on this, because y'all been friends since college. That's a whole different story. So, and you see what Andy's doing. Andy's trying to get Fatima to be her friend and not like the rest of them and stuff. I don't know why, but she needs somebody, I guess, out on her side. I don't know. Anyway, what else happened? So Fatima come back, told me how fine that guy was. She got all turned around. She remembered. She said, what? She said, he is fine. She said, oh, how soon you forget about Zach. She said, Zach who? She just was like, she was knocking boots with Zach and still was like, Zach who? She don't care. So Andy goes and meets the guy, and Fatima wants to go back with her, and she's standing there acting all giggly. Why you got Sabrina acting like that, TP? And she all giggly because Fatima's usually put together and control herself and her emotions and stuff. You got her acting like a little school girl, how fine he is and all this stuff. But that's what she did. And so Fatima leaves. Andy goes back and forth with this guy about their clients. I think his name was Robert. He from London. And she's like, you came without a settlement offer? I thought you'd come with a settlement offer. Oh, we're going to probably do it, file in London. And she said, oh, you think you have a better chance there? Let's see what the judge is going to say. And so they discussed it and all this stuff. And then they went back to, Andy goes back to the office, and she cancels with Fatima and tells her that she's meeting with the girls. Why you had to tell her what you was doing? But I guess she's your assistant, so you have to let her know. She's meeting with the girls for lunch, and yes, you all wanted them, but this time it's just us. She's like, no, I get it, I'm cool, and that was that. Then they got, who is it? Karen is bouncing around she bouncing around the office, the salon, at least according to Pam. Now, Pam said the last time you was acting like this, you and Zach had. She said, "Ooh, girl, you been getting some from Zach and da 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 da." That Pam, she nosy, but she be right on point. She be reading Karen like crazy and stuff. And she said, Karen's telling her to shut up, stop talking so much, stop being nosy. don't be telling people my business and all that stuff. Who am I telling? Everybody in the damn salon. She's like, you know I'll tell that. Anyway, the phone rings. It's Danny inviting her. I told Josh, Danny invited her to come, and she didn't want to drive, but she's going to drive there and meet. So they're going to go to lunch because she told her she needed to be there. And then they showed Danny rolling up on Zach at the airport after she on the phone saying, have you seen Zach? She's like, no, I haven't seen Zach. But she sees Zach straight across. As big as that damn airport is, Zach, if you didn't want Danny in your business, why you couldn't go to another TV somewhere in the airport? Come on. You could have went to any place. And first of all, did any of y'all, all them airport scenes, ain't none of us ever seen a TV across from Danny. Unless Danny was at a different section, but usually you work for a specific airline, and Pacific Airline is in a specific place. So you don't get to be all over the airport. You in that place. And I'm like, why couldn't you go anywhere else? You end up at the bank with Sabrina. You end up at the airport where you know where Danny can see you. And then you're going to tell her to get out of your business and mind your business. How you get in sync with the people that you need? Whose house you just ate at last night? Zach? You just ate her food last night. Was in her house. Using her water, whatever else. Oh, Jesus, don't get me started. So he got mad at her, and he's watching the stocks, and they're showing the stocks are dropping. So he about losing all his money, dumbass. You don't know what you're doing. You don't start big. You just start small. You could have put 5 G's on it. You didn't have to put 19,900 on it. So now it seems like he lost all that money except for $100. And it ended with Jacoby coming back into the damn bank looking all wide-eyed and crazy. And she said, he's like, Maurice is behind the glass. I said, oh shit, he looked mad. He got wild glaring eyes. He looked like he pissed or something. And Karen's like, please. I mean, not Karen. Also, Sabrina's like, please. And she steps to him, Jacoby, what are you doing here? You need to go. I know what you're doing. She said, you need to be out of here, and get off the premises. He said, I'm never going to be gone. I said, oh, Lord, you in trouble now. She in trouble now. It's crazy. And he's like, I know why you doing this. And stuff. See, because you want me. You like me, and you want me. And because I wouldn't sleep with you, you gonna fire me? I will sue this whole goddamn bank and get your ass fired. That's right, Sabrina such and such, whatever her last name, bank manager at Brookhaven, I'ma sue you, wanted me, and sexual harassment. And he's yelling at, I said, oh, Lord. And she's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Right. He said, you heard what I said. I'm going to get you. Something like that. She was like, what are you doing? She's sitting there, and I'm like, bam. How you know the rules for a subordinate not hitting somebody, but you don't know the rules that your ass shouldn't be sleeping with him? I said, there it is. And you see next week, Maurice is telling her, you can get in trouble for this, and this, It is what it is. So y'all let me know what I missed out on in the comment section. And fill me in. Let me know how you feel about this episode as well. This your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.